Good morning, everybody. This is Dave from the depths of the wolves, down in beautiful downscale uptown Pahrump, Nevada, with the Sunday morning Deatra and Drake show with your host, Sam Muggsy. Now, let's be very clear on something, folks. No questions until Sam and Drake say so. No call-ins until they say so. If you do, they're going to be ignored. Sam, you got the spotlight, you got the soapbox, and the mic. Drake, you got the same thing. Go for it.
I think Deatra wanted to start. Hello, so I'll bring Deatra on.
Yeah, I kind of did want to start here a little bit because there has been a rumor started not long ago, yesterday, about Operation Greenlight. And I do want to let people know Operation Greenlight is not valid. We did not release it. Drake did not release it. When the green light occurs, it will be found on our website at freedomreigns.us. So I want to make sure everybody understands. If there is something posted, do not send it viral unless you confirm it through our website. Anyway, with that, that's about all I got. So go ahead, Sam.
Okay, good morning, everybody. And Drake, love your information. And sometimes when you answer a question, it's like Pandora's box, and I can get 10 more questions. So I hope you're ready.
Oh, I'm used to it.
Okay, let's go to this one. I want to go back to Randy's interview to start with. And everybody that's listening to this interview, I would appreciate it if you would have a pen and paper. If there is a term that you don't know, write it down and go look it up. This is about everybody getting their own discernment, discovering their own truth, and keeping us in check. And the only way you can do that is if you're engaging, if you're participating and doing your own research. We only have a piece of the puzzle, and the more pieces we put together, we can get a bird's eye view of what's actually transpiring. So get your pens and paper ready. All right, Drake, when you were interviewing with Randy, you made a comment about the black holes that were put into the underground bases and sucked out the reptilians, and on their way out they said, "This is non-interference, what are you doing?" Number one, I want to know, why are the friendly ETs allowed to interfere?
Muggsy, we didn't get a lot of that. You broke out.
Oh, my phone is there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we lost you with reptilians.
They got sucked out, and on their way out, they mentioned non-interference. So I was wondering, why are the ETs, the friendly ones, allowed to help us now, if you know, or why did it take so long?
Well, let's back this up just a hair. First of all, it's not just reptilians, it's also humans. Some of these bases are not just off-world platforms. They're also our stuff. Now, what you got to remember is that the military, some time ago, put together a program where they worked in conjunction with certain ETs to have superior technologies. That means that at the appointed time and somebody decided to disagree, they could zap you in the butt with a ray gun, basically. So, the non-interference directive was discussed, and the reason that the decision was made to interfere on that level was simply that some of the technology is far too advanced for what we have available to handle. So what that does is that puts the ball in the report of the person, entities, people, angels, whatever you want to call them, that do have the capability of using the sweeper on these underground bases. Now, the full statement was something about calling these entities tree-hugging hippies from space, and what happened to the non-interferal, and off he gets sucked into wherever they're going with them. Gaga land, I guess. This is only a report that I heard. I don't have any first-hand intel other than what I just stated. So it's a combination of things. It's not a simplistic thing. And apparently we have what would be called intervention on a level that protects us from people who might have superior technologies, and using those superior technologies as weaponry against the citizenry. In other words, this is going to be a peaceful operation whether anybody likes it or not, basically, is the idea that I've gotten. So that's the answer to that question.
Thank you. We are seeing lots of reports, and I don't know if you can discuss this or not, about Chicago being evacuated, the Bilderbergs and the NATO coming to Chicago, and the federal government wants to evacuate Chicago. I have several issues with that. Number one, evacuating Chicago, and number two, what the heck is Bilderbergs and NATO doing coming here, and shouldn't they be arrested?
Well, first of all, I doubt you're going to see an evacuation of Chicago. That's an extraordinary undertaking, for one. Number two, the logistics don't fit. Now, areas around these people will be sanitized, so to speak. Anybody that's questionable gets to take a trip, either voluntarily or with assistance, as my memory goes back to the days of certain violence up there and riots and whatnot. So the other part is that you do have a combination of what is called good and bad in all forms of society. You got little bitty Hitlers that reside in small towns. You got big ones that reside in big ones. You have a group of people who are integral in the problems that we have with our government, who are meeting with certain portions of NATO, not the entire thing. Now, the North American Treaty Organization basically has been doing several things it shouldn't, that were outside of its what it was supposed to be doing, and outside of its design. The North American Treaty Organization was simply to secure the shores and countries with shores on the Atlantic Ocean. That was its original idea. That was expanded into military operation. Consequently, you got all this ring around the rosy. Now, usually the Bilderbergs are not, they don't broadcast their meetings. They don't want people to know. It's usually held in secret. Now all of a sudden they come out in the open, one of two things. And I'm going to suggest the latter of these two. First of all, they feel they're immune. And I don't think that applies anymore. My suggestion is that they do not feel the immunity and protection that they used to have, because their financial powers have been curtailed considerably, as well as their influential powers due to that financial capability. The second part of this is that everything, and I've mentioned this before, is a two-way street. That means that you can have a combination of what might appear nasty that also can be of extraordinary advantage to the good guys. Now, these people have to get out of a vehicle or something in order to come into the building. Therefore, you know who they are, you get a picture, etc. Very simply, these things can be to our advantage. Then you know who to go pick up. So, I don't think they're going to evacuate Chicago. They've been making practice runs with the black choppers and all this other happy stuff as an intimidation and scare tactic. We are still all powerful. Yeah, right. Okay. To my way of thinking, these people are on the edge of losing their mind because of several things. One is that they can no longer hide anywhere on this planet. And the other thing is that they cannot get off-world to go and take their diseases, or whatever you want to call their philosophies of life, to other places. And that's basically the answer to that one.
Okay, this one's going to be tough. I call them slitherheads, the shapeshifters. To what my knowledge is that they're very ruthless killers, and they don't respect humanity at all. It's quite the opposite, which would make it very challenging for our military or for any human to actually approach them or arrest them. I was just curious if we are getting help from the friendly ETs to actually remove them off the planet, and we would not see them in any kind of global court.
That's sort of correct. You also have to understand that we do have certain elite special forces that have been trained to hunt these things. Now, there's a movie out right now called Priest. Anybody wants to know about that sort of ideology? And it's a sci-fi flick where vampires and mankind go at it, okay? It will also give some of the basis for the special training necessary for an individual to be able to take these things on. It's not a good idea. They're faster, and they have extraordinary telepathic powers, etc. So we are at a disadvantage. Now, at a certain distance, when they don't know we're there, you can start popping them off, and that's part of what is being done presently. That's inside info that probably should have been out before, but it's one of the things I've been holding on to. The reason I've been holding on to it is to make sure that we had a better advance time that will come up again with today. So that's basically the answer. You can take these things on if you know how to do it and you've had the training. If not, I would suggest that you watch, and if you see them, go back in the house. You don't have to hide necessarily. Just keep a rather powerful weapon at hand just in case they decide to visit. And don't worry about it. Generally, they're running around loose. They may be a part of a group of people, as you said, shape-shifting. Whether people realize it or not, can take something that's ugly in terms of what we would perceive as ugly and make it look like some regular everyday person. So problem with that is they can only hold those positions for a short time. Under extreme duress, they lose it. They don't have that capability as much as they'd like. It would be, if there was an army of these things, that would create a problem worse than the one that we have now. Problem is that they are now being hunted, which is a little bit of a, I don't know, turning the tables kind of thing. And that's your answer for that one.
And let me say something before you go on. There will be no phone calls taken for quite a while, so if you call in, your phones get dropped. Is that clear? Thank you. I'm back to watching.
Okay, I didn't know if it was me. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, one of my concerns is the farmers. They've been suppressed. They've had to go to court for bogus claims. The Dark Cabal has stolen their land, their machinery, and anything else they could do, even their heritage seeds that were passed down from generation to generation. In the plan that you know about, is there some kind of precautions, but protection and also assistance for our farmers?
Yes, there is. Now, two things are going to happen as this thing starts working itself out. One of those is a reemergence of manufacturing here in this country, and the other general intention or focus is going to be on farming. I'm going to stress this now because it deals directly with it. On the website, our website, freedommarines.us, you'll find a thing called localization. People do not understand the importance of that system. It provides a combination of both helping each other with simplistic things. Somebody can't do something